10 minutes, summer flow. Let's go. Let's come to standing on our mats. You just rub into the hands, rub up the arms, just warming the muscles in the shoulders, other side. Rubbing your belly, down the sides of the legs, into your ankles, your knees, just rubbing either side of the spine and give yourself a little bit of a shake. And we're just going to come into standing cat-cow, taking the feet a little wider. So, exhaling, starting to tuck the chin round the back, tuck the navel back, and then inhale, untuck your tail, lift the gaze up, tongue just on the little ridge behind your teeth before just on the cusp of the dome of the mouth. So just doing a few of these, just to ease up through the spine. See if you can lengthen the breath out, really relax the breath, and then inhale, breathe a little bit more in. Good, just nice easy forward fold, coming all the way up. Let's just give ourselves a lovely big stretch. So, stretching up into the palms of the hands, hanging off that rope. A nice stretch one way, and then back to the center, nice stretch the other way. Taking those legs a little wider for some squats. So we're just going to inhale, take the hands up, exhale, come down into a squat, and then just stretch all the way up, over to one side. Good, come back down, and then over to the other side. Just do a few of these, nice and slow. If you're really stiff, you're not going to go that deep. You're just going to listen to your body and just get a little bit of movement going on. I'll just do one more each side. And then come into some sun salute type of stuff. Lovely. So, coming towards the front edge of your mat. Feet can be together or apart. Just spend a moment to switch on the feet, lift and spread the toes. Find that energy and balance, lengthening all the way up into the crown of the head. On your next inhale, just stretching up through the arms, lift the chest, exhale, forward fold. So we're just flowing down vertebra by vertebra through the spine. Hands can be now down on your mat, on the legs, above the knees, where it feels good for you, tucking the chin. Inhale, coming into a nice halfway lift, so drawing the hands up, below the knees, above the knees, keeping the hands on the mat. As you lift your sit bones a little bit and get a stretch into the back of the legs, your back, your bum. And then exhale, melt down, and we'll do a couple more. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. And then this one, hands flat, stepping into plank. Pop the knees down for this first one. So we're going to bring the shoulders beyond the wrist, just an inch or so. Drop the chest down as you hug those elbows in, and then lift the chest up. Gaze up, roll those shoulders back, and then tuck or roll through your toes, downward facing dog. So we're just going to walk or dance the dog. Feet at hip width, swaying the hips, bending a knee as you straighten into the other leg, keeping it nice and relaxed. In the shoulders, paying attention to the base of your index finger, the heel of the thumb, and that little finger side, the length of your little finger all the way down to the heel of the hand on that little finger side, and then both heels down. Good. Popping the knees down straight into child's pose. Breathing in and out. So we're going to come up and do some dolphin dips. Okay, I'm just going to sort out my outfit. Lovely. So holding on to your upper arms above your elbows, not below them. Then interlace the hands, and the key is to press so that you lift up between the shoulder blades, tuck the chin to look behind. So we're going to bring the forehead towards the mat, and then exhale, really strongly press into those forearms. We want to make sure that we're lifted up in the torso enough so that our chin is clearing those, the knuckles of the thumb. So see if you can do a set 3 or 5. And again, is it better to exhale as you go forward and inhale as you come back? Lovely. From here, just back into child's pose. Inhaling, lifting up, taking those hands behind, interlacing them, and stretching through the chest. Good. So from here, back into downward facing dog. We're just going to step those feet together. Softening those elbows, those shoulders, and stretch the right leg up, bend the knee, flex the foot, lift the knee a little higher, roll it into the chest, out and round. So we're just oiling that hip joint, And we'll do a little bit of core work. So exhale, see if you can bring that right knee, right elbow, and then stretch the leg up and behind. And just do another one of those, a little crunch, stretch that leg up and behind. And we're going to step that foot forward now into a nice easy warrior one. So front knee above the ankle, nice strong back leg, lifting all the way up. So a little balance. See if you can. Option one, come into vulture. Roll the shoulders back, so really open across the chest, working with that fire energy. Lift the back heel, turn the feet so both feet are facing forwards. You can lift that front heel. Option one is vulture. So imagine someone's got their hands on your hips and they're drawing the hips back, and it's like you're leaning forward over at the edge. Imagining a vulture flying above the Grand Canyon, for example, something like that. Option two is to then fill that front leg and lift. Really own leaning into that front leg. You can bend the knees, scoop up with the navel, and then just pop the foot all the way back into a nice open-chested warrior one. Palms apart or together, and exhale all the way down. So another little chaturanga. Knees down if you like, just lowering the chest as you hover. Inhale, coming into your upward dog. Exhale, into your downward dog. Step those feet together, and let's do the other side. So, left leg comes up, bend the knee, flex the foot, roll it into the chest, out and round. Really lovely way just to really open up that hip. And then a couple of little cheeky left knee, left elbow. Stretch it back up on the inhale. We'll do one more. Exhale and inhale. Stepping that left foot forward, anchor the back foot, and then come all the way up into your warrior one. And then into vulture. So nice and open across the chest, soft and yet focused. So again, leaning. Imagine someone's got a little strap here. You're engaging your banders, tightening a little belt around the waist, and yet you're leaning forward over an edge. Wonderful. Either hold it here or press that front foot down and lift to come into, I don't know, super goal. It's like a warrior three type thing. Really engaging bander, lifting up through the chest, lifting that back leg, and then stepping all the way back into your well-deserved warrior one, and back down into chaturanga again. So you can either pop a little vinyasa in here, or just come straight into child's pose. Knees wide, toes touching, forehead down on the mat, breathing up and down the length of your spine, all the way up into the nape of the neck. And then relax the breath out. Good. Lovely. So from here, just coming all the way up, we're going to come onto our backs. Well, actually, first of all, just come to seated. Let's just do a little mini boat pose challenge. So I'd like you to take hold behind your knees, and then just see, variations of boat pose. Just see what feels okay in the body. See where your problem areas are. You're like, oh, I feel really low in the lower back. It's hard to hold on with the core. I can feel my hip flexors really, tight. Feel like I'm tensing my jaw. Don't worry. Let's just do a little mini core activation sequence and see how that helps that pose. Lovely. So onto your back. Take a nice breath into your belly. Let everything expand. And then as you exhale, engage your banders. Okay, so you're drawing up with the center of the pelvic floor. You're drawing those lower abdominal muscles back. Breathing in, everything relaxes, expands. Breathe into your pelvic floor, into the belly and the ribs. And then exhale, engaging your banders. Good. Nice big breath in again. So you want the back of the ribs to be on the mat. You can pull the feet or pull on the feet and feel that you're gently tilting the pelvis. So you have a little space potentially at the back of the lower back here. But again, you want it to be heavy around your bra strap. So notice if your inclination is to lift up with the ribs. See if you can draw them down. So next exhale, engaging banders, and imagine you're tightening or drawing the hip bones towards each other into the center line, as well as tightening a belt around your waist. Good. Breathe in, everything expands. Engaging your banders, your belt, and then drawing the ribs down as well. So we've got banders, belt, ribs. and hip bones, but we'll just include them with the belt, okay? So nice big breath in. Engaging your banders, hands on your legs, and just do a little chin curl. Maybe do 3 of these, but you want to engage banders, belt, ribs, and then move, okay? Make sure that the tummy isn't doming, it's gently drawing back. Good. So once you've got that going on, next exhale, engaging banders, belt, ribs, drop a toe, pop it back up. Next exhale, other leg. If you like, you can do 1 toe tap and the other toe tap, and then take a breath in. And alternate whichever foot is your starting foot. If that feels okay, and you want to go to a deeper, more intense level, both toes down and then both toes back up. If in dropping the toes down you feel that you've lost, activation in your core, just go back to alternate ones. And this is something you can practice any time, okay? So last one is pulling the feet, getting that little tilt in the pelvis, making sure the back of the ribs are nice and heavy. Taking a nice breath in, engaging banders, belt, ribs, and we're just going to lift the head and see if we can touch or move towards each ankle. And just do a few of these and then relax back down. We don't want to get to a point where then we're starting to really tense around the neck. Nice big breath in, engage banders, belt and ribs, lift up. A few more of these heel taps. Good. Just see if you can do an even amount and then relax back down. So let's just revisit our boat pose after that. So sitting up nice and tall, lengthening through into the crown, and again, just start playing with what feels like a manageable sequence for you. And just notice if there's any difference to your first boat pose and then the one that you're practicing now. And there we have it. Cross the legs, hands or knuckles by your hips, and just lift your bum, give it a little wiggle, and come back to seated. And there we have just our, I said 10 minutes, I'm going to go and check the camera, have a feeling it could be 14 or 15, because I know what I'm like. But anyway, thank you so much for taking the time with me, just to bring a little bit of fiery summertime joy into your day, and may the rest of your day flow beautifully and well.